Hello, hello. It's Dr. Pam here. Come into the room. Come into the room. I have a special treat for you tonight. So I'm going to go on and get started. I am Dr. Pam Middleton, your virtual physician. I help women who are overworked, overwhelmed, and overextended regain their freedom and joy by creating a path to become healthy, happy, and whole. And you will notice that that is a bit different from what I used to say because it is a new year and I am doing a new thing because I too said yes to myself to do something different that I am really excited about. So that's why I want to talk about saying yes to yourself this year. Now, I just returned from a conference, and one of the things that was said at the conference was 2020 is the year of yes. So I decided to switch that around a little bit and say, it is the year to say yes to yourself. And I am especially talking to you ladies. Any gentlemen that are watching, this applies to you, but I especially want to get this message out to women because women tend not to say yes to themselves first. Everyone always comes first. And I'm going to give you an example of something that just happened to a friend of mine. And she gave me permission to share this story. So that same conference that I told you about that I just attended, I invited my friend to go with me. So she was supposed to go. We were all set to go to this conference. And then I get a call from her saying, oh, I'm not going to be able to attend because my son has to have he scheduled a surgery and I need to be there with him. Now, mind you, this is a grown son, all right? But, it's still her son, always a mother. Your kids are always going to be your kids. And so if they need your help, you're going to want to help them. That's totally understandable. So I suggested to her, well, can he reschedule the surgery? Can the surgery be done at a different time so that you can still attend this conference? She said, I'm going to go on. I'm going to check into that. So she gets back to me and she goes, he checked with his doctor. The doctor said that, he could not do the surgery himself until a couple of months later if he needed to reschedule. But there was another physician who could do the surgery, at an earlier date. But her son didn't want the other physician to do it. He wanted, his regular doctor, which is understandable. And so then she spoke to her husband and said, well, maybe you can stand in for me and you can be there for him until I come back from the conference. Her husband was like, nah, he really needs his mom to be there. Okay. So then she said some other relatives got in on it because I guess, the word must have gotten out that she was trying to get things rescheduled or she was trying to do something else. And, she said that her relatives made her feel bad. What kind of a mom are you? Why don't you want to be there for your son? So, this is what I said to her. I said, you know what? It's totally understandable that you want to be there for your son, as you should. I said, however, if somebody wants you to do something for them or be there for them, they need to speak to you first. How can you schedule something that you need someone else to help you with without first talking to them, without first consulting them to say, hey, I'm getting ready to schedule this surgery. When's a good time for you or when is not a good time for you so that I can make sure that it's not at that time. So, this is something as you're saying yes to yourself this year in 2020 or whenever. It doesn't have to just be this year. If you're saying yes to yourself, you need to let other people know what your plans are, what you're going to be doing because if people are really used to you being there and dropping everything for them, they're still going to expect that. And if you don't, kind of give them the heads up that things are going to change, they may be upset with you when you do make that change. But if you tell them ahead of time, then they know what's going on. So the way you do that is to let them know, like in my friend's case, what I told her what she can do for the future is say, look, if you need me to do something, that's fine, but you need to check with me. If you do not check with me first, and I already have something scheduled, I'm not going to be able to help you. So now people will know. And that's something that you may need to do, with your family, with your friends, with anybody who is basically going to schedule your time for you. Okay? So if you want to be able to say yes to yourself, to whatever you need to do, other people have to know that they can't just assume that you're always going to be available to them. Now, let's really dig into picking something that you can say yes to. Okay? So I'm going to start with what I'm saying yes to, because this is a year that I want to do things for me. And one of the big things that I can do for me is to have more downtime, to have more relaxation time, to be able to work on myself and to be able to be the best person that I can be. I need downtime. So what I'm saying yes to myself is having pajama days. Okay? Pajama days are my days that I get to stay in and not do anything. Okay, so that's my pajama day. I get to relax and do whatever I want to do or whatever I don't want to do. Okay, so that's my goal for myself. And I'm going to have like at least 2 pajama days a month. 2 pajama days a month is my minimal. I'm going to do that for myself. Now, you can pick whatever you want, but pick something that is going to help you, that's going to be fun for you, and make sure that you stick to that. And what I'm going to ask you to do, I know that people are coming in and they'll be looking at this on the replay. I want you to put in the comments what you are saying yes to. And I'm going to start by putting that I'm saying yes to 2 pajama days a month, okay? And you can go on and put in what you are saying yes to for this year. Okay, so that is it for me. I just wanted to come in and get you guys started for the new year, because I know that a lot of times people make New Year's resolutions. I don't make resolutions anymore. I suggest that you set intentions, okay? So the intention, one of the intentions that I'm setting for myself is to is to just make more time for myself. And one of the ways that I can gauge whether I'm really doing that is to make sure that I'm having my 2 pajama days a month. Okay, so be sure that you set a good intention for yourself and how you are going to say yes to yourself. So I am Dr. Pam Middleton, your virtual holistic physician. I help women who are overworked, overwhelmed, and overextended reclaim their freedom and joy by creating a path to become healthy, happy, and whole. Bye-bye.